easiest interview that I'm going to do in all of SHOT Show because I have one of the most knowledgeable individuals in the entire gun industry and the most handsome. Caleb with Brownells. We've got a Gen 3 of the BRN-180. I got to say, Caleb, thank you so much for taking time. A celebrity like you.
I'm just trying to live up to it now at this point because I mean, you're talking me up already.
Dude, everything you do, you're living up to it. Let's talk about this new BRN-180. What we got?
All right, so this is the BRN-180 Gen 3. Whenever I say that, I'm just talking about the upper receiver here. Big differences from the Gen 2 is going to be that non-reciprocating left side charging handle. With the SIG like 550 style dust cover, you may remember that if you're into like SIGs and stuff. If not, then you're like, why is there this rubber crap on the side? But I promise, like there was motivation behind it. It's not just rubber crap.
Go ahead and explain it.
All right, so the actual dust cover itself is like, it's a metal cage that wraps around the outside, and maybe I can actually point it at your cameraman.
Yeah.
So
please point it and pull the trigger.
Yeah, right. But it is replaceable. So like one of the biggest complaints like people first talked about whenever they saw it was like that's going to wear out. First of all, it's non-reciprocating, so it's not going to wear out anytime soon, and it is definitely replaceable. But with that being said, on the ejection port side, this piece right here is built onto the bolt, but it also reciprocates a bit, and it's a automatic dust cover for all intents and purposes there. And then kind of moving towards the front, we have a 3-position adjustable gas block, and this is still a short stroke piston gun. And the positions themselves, you have standard, you got suppressed, and then you got adverse. So if you just like suck at cleaning your gun, you can just switch it over to adverse and don't worry about it. On the other side here, I'm gonna come back to this charging handle area. You have a full-length steel cam path that's bolted on the inside. So if you're overgassing the crap out of your gun, you don't have to worry about the cam path getting like chewed up and stuff on the receiver. And going on from there, with the upper receiver, that's really all that's new. It just looks more sleek. We got rid of all the bolts sticking out and stuff. It just looks better. And if you hate all these changes, we still make the Gen 2, so you can just like suck it up and just buy a Gen 2 if you want a Gen 2. And then the lower receiver, we also just came out with a full ambidextrous lower receiver. The only big thing here, it has 1913 built on the back, but it's just a full ambi lower, not a whole lot to talk about there.
Yeah, as usual, like I said, I've got to think of questions to make myself appear relevant for being in this interview, actually present on camera. So that question will be, let's say I don't know what the BRN-180 is. I'm just going to go get a SIG MCX instead. What is the BRN-180? Why do I want one?
Okay, so it's, first of all, you're not going to spend as much as a SIG MCX. But honestly, it is a pretty close competitor because it's a short stroke piston upper receiver. I'm not going to say one's better than the other. They're just different, you know?
Well, you're just a classy guy, so you wouldn't call somebody out and be like, oh yeah, this gun shits on the MCX, but I get it. That's why I appreciate having you on. How much is it going to cost? When's it going to be available?
It's available now, and the upper is, they're right at about $1,200 right now.
Okay, complete?
Complete, yep.
What about the Gen 2? By the way, I wanted to mention that. I think that's really cool because you do have people sometimes that say, well, I liked the Gen 2 because of this really obscure law / feature / that allows me to do whatever. I can shoot it on Sundays outside in the park because it's a Gen 2 and it was made before such whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not at all a reason, but yeah.
But price-wise, what's the price difference going to be between the Gen 2 Gen 3?
That's a really good question, and I have no idea.
Okay, great. I finally stumped you, and that means we can end the interview now. Guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to TFBTV. Make sure you subscribe. TFBTV Showtime. We're bringing you more videos from SHOT Show 2025.